Shalom, shalom, Yashral. Hope you all are all well. Hope you are well, all of you. And no, I'm not a dumbass. Whoever told you that is wrong. I want to mention something about a couple of the current events that you might be aware of. The image, you might have heard from the image. But before that, I want to add a couple things to the last video I just put up about understanding. Yesterday morning, I woke up to this picture right here on my phone. And the screen was locked. I do know that I kept reading past like Psalms 81. Like I know, like the last time I remember taking note of what chapter I was in, I was like 87, 88. So I may have read to 105 before I fell asleep. I don't know. And maybe I hit this image and lined it all up like this. I don't know. You know, like I said, I'm no skeptic. But I'm not going to just put out some what if, some reaches and claim it to be fact or from the word, from the mouth of the Most High. No, I don't do that. And I know that that's contrary to popular belief, but hey, it is what it is. So I woke up to this, and right from here I went and looked, started to watch a news clip from the night before on NBC News, okay? And I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I looked at this and I read the covenant he made with Abraham and his oath to Ishtag and Isaac, and established Jacob for a law to Yasharal, an everlasting covenant. I wasn't going to go into it, but I went back and looked and read the context, because you know I like my context, you know. So I went back in here, and what's the next verse? Saying, to you I give the land of Canaan, the portion of your inheritance. I won't go to Google Earth Pro. I ain't got that kind of time right now, but I have. And if you look out west, especially in CA, you're going to see the name Canaan all over the place. Just throwing that out there, okay? But let's read 105 real quick and 106. And I think if somebody would help me, it's been a long week. I think we stopped reading. The last chapter we read in Psalms was 79, or was it 80? I'll have to go back. If somebody don't remember, I'll have to go back and look myself. But I think it was 79 was the last one we read. But let's read this 105 real quick and 106. And sorry about the background noise. Hey. Verse 1, give thanks to Yahuwah, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the peoples. Sing to him, sing praise to him. Speak of all his wonders. Are you doing that? Am I doing that? Hey, I can't help it. You're just going to have to deal, people. Make your boast in his set-apart name. Let the hearts rejoice of those seeking Yahuwah. Seek Yahuwah in his strength. And we've went over plenty of times what his strength is, right? And what our strength is. Seek his face always. Remember his wonders, which he has done, his miracles, and the right rulings of his mouth. O seed of Abraham, his servant, children of Jacob, his chosen ones. He is Yahuwah, our Most High. His right rulings are in all the earth. He has remembered his covenant forever, the word he commanded for 1,000 generations, the covenant he made with Abraham and his oath to Isaac, and established it to Jacob for a law to Yasharal, an everlasting covenant, saying, to you I give the land of Canaan, the portion of your inheritance. when they were few in number, few indeed, and sojourners in it. And they went about from one nation to another, from one reign to another people. He allowed no one to oppress them. And he reproved sovereigns for their sakes, saying, do not touch my anointed ones, and do my prophets no evil. And he called for a scarcity of food in the land. He cut off all the supply of bread. He sent ahead of them a man, Joseph, sold as a slave. They afflicted his feet with shackles. His neck was put in irons until the time that his word came. The word of Yahuwah tried him. The sovereign sent and released him. The ruler of the people let him loose. He made him master of his house and ruler over all his possessions, to bind his chiefs at his pleasure, and to teach his elders wisdom. Then Yasharal came to Mitzrayim, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people. To conspire against his servants. He sent Moshe his servant, Aaron whom he had chosen. They set among them the matters of his signs and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness and made it dark, and they did not rebel against his word. He turned their waters into blood and killed their fish. Their land teemed with frogs in the rooms of their sovereigns. He spoke, and swarms of flies came, gnats in all their borders. He gave them hail for rain, a flaming fire in their land. And he struck their vines and their fig trees, and broke the trees of their borders. He spoke, and locusts came, and larvae innumerable. And they devoured all the plants in their land, and they devoured the fruit of their ground. Then he struck all the firstborn in their land, the first fruit of all their strength, and brought them out with silver and gold, and among his tribes no one faltered. Mitzrayim was glad when they left, for the fear of them had fallen upon them. He spread a cloud for a covering, and fire to give light in the night. They asked, and he brought quail and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. He opened the rock, and water gushed out. It ran in the dry places, a river. For he remembered his set-apart word to Abraham his servant. So he brought out his people with joy, his chosen ones with singing. And he gave to them the lands of the nations, and they inherited the labor of peoples, in order that they might guard his laws and watch over his Torah. Praise Yah. Right here, verse 24, they then despised the pleasant land. They did not believe his word. They grumbled in their tents. They did not listen to the voice of Yahuwah. I had read the rest of that, and I thought it was recording, and it wasn't. And I'm not going to edit it. It is what it is, baby. Do your own research, your own due diligence. Let's go back real quick to 80. Right here, 81. Shout for joy to the Most High, our strength. Raise a shout to the Most High of Jacob. Lift up a song and beat the tambourine, the pleasant lyre, and with the harp blow a shofar in the new moon, in the covering for the day of our festival. For this is a law for Yasharal and a right ruling for the Most High of Jacob. He appointed it in Yosef for a witness. When he went throughout the land of Mitzrayim, I heard a language that I did not know. He says, I removed his shoulder from the burden. His hands were freed from the baskets. He heard truth. That was the language that he did not know. You called in distress, and I rescued you. I answered you in the covering of thunder. I proved you at the waters of Meribah. Hear, my people, and let me warn you, O Yasharal, if you would listen to me, let there be no strange mighty one among you, and do not bow down to a foreign mighty one. Did he have to tell people that knew they were bowing to foreign mighty ones that were going to continue to do so knowingly? Or was he telling people that were unaware, that were blind? I am Yahuwah, your Most High, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim. Open your mouth wide, and I fill it. But my people did not listen to my voice, and Yasharal would not submit to me. So I gave them over to their own stubborn heart, to walk in their own counsels. Oh, if my people had listened to me, Yasharal would walk in my ways. I would subdue their enemies at once and turn my hand against their adversaries. Those who hate Yahuwah would cringe before him, and their time of punishment be forever. Who are you listening to? Is it Yahuwah? Who are you rebuking? Are you rebuking the words of the Most High? Are you all-knowing and all-understanding? Just like I read in Luke here earlier. Woe to you, learned in the Torah, because you took away the key of knowledge, and that's understanding. Let's go back to Proverbs right here, chapter 1, and let's go down towards the bottom, and let's read what it has to say. In this middle part right here, like verse 9, verse 10, 11, 12, that is for those people who like to troll just for the purpose of proving someone wrong. They like to lay snares for people to try to catch them in traps. How long, you simple ones, would you love simplicity, and shall scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? Turn at my reproof. See, I pour out my spirit on you. I make my words known to you. Because I called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no one inclined. And you spurned all my counsel and would not yield to my reproof. Let me also laugh at your calamity. Mock when your dread comes. When your dread comes like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, let them then call on me, but I answer not. Let them seek me, but not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahuwah. Just like I said earlier, they did not accept my counsel. And now, is he talking about, are you waiting? Do you think he's talking about when you hear his voice audibly? Or if you're reading the word? Could he not be talking about when someone else speaking his word speaks his word to you, offers it to you? Because right here, for the turning away of the simple kills them, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me dwells safely, and is at ease from the dread of evil. If you fear the Most High, you'll have to ask me how I can say what I've been saying about the land. And I'll take you to scripture. Game over. Because I got plenty of it to show you. So it comes down to fearing the Most High. If you don't come and ask me or go look yourself, you have no fear of Him. If you do, I'll be seeing you soon. And what I was going to talk about some of the things that the image is blapping out, just in case there's someone that listens to this that still might believe anything that thing says. Look at the numbers in what just happened down there in Texas. Look at the numbers of the police, the numbers of the victims. Take all the numbers that the news gives you and look into those numbers. And then any doubt you have that everything that comes out of that thing is bullshit. If you have any doubt that is entirely bullshit, go look at what I just told you to look at, and then start looking at all the other whatever you want to call them, and they all do the same thing. It's impossible that the number 19 it would be in every major news event. There's no way. I would get into it more, and I would take you and show you the stuff that I've saved, and I will show you a few things to prove to anyone that this is all about the 144. I will do that when I get some time later, but I'm not gonna show you any of the news clips or say too much more about those events, because it'll get taken down, and I'm trying to stay up on this backup as long as I can, because I do have some more praising to do, baby. All esteem, all praise. I love you. Shalom, shalom. Peace out.